Hi, folks. You're watching Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels and networks. I'm Mike Morales here in sweltering Southern California. That gentleman out there is
Dave Genius, and I'm in wet and Newport News, Virginia.
It's wet. Gee.
Yeah, which we're supposed to get thunder and lightning today. So
So we want to go through these quickly before the internet crashes on both of us at this point. Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking behind me. I don't even know if you can see this or not. We finally tracked these guys down. We tracked them down. We hunted them down. It's Rooster Rojo tequila. This is coming from the same distillery that makes Ka. For those of you who watch this is the this is the first close to the 1st of April, and everything that we taped for March is being streamed on YouTube. So go to your YouTube channel, or go to our YouTube channel, or go to your YouTube, whatever, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Give us a like on anything that you happen to see. And Dave and I went through the entire line of the new Ka. We even gave it a special video just for the packaging. It is so unique, and so we had to do the compare and contrast with the old Ka. So anyway, this is coming from the same distillery, and we're just now breaking the seal.
Yep.
To my knowledge, you can hear that.
yeah,
Okay, there we go. To my knowledge, this was the first brand coming out of that distillery once Anchor Beverage or Amber, I think it's called Amber Beverage here in the U.S.
yeah.
And Stoli bought the distillery. So there's still several brands that come out of that distillery, but two of these that belong to Stoli is this one, Rooster Rojo. And Dave, didn't they launch this in Europe first?
Yes, they did. And you go on their website, and they got some. Get your bottle of Rooster Rojo at online stores closest to you: Australia, Poland, Ukraine, Germany, Greece, the UK, Italy, Netherlands.
Yeah, when they came out, it was really hard to get. They were blowing up on Instagram everywhere, and I kept asking for it and asking for it. And I'll tell you all the rest of the story later. But we're gonna right now get a whiff of that. Oh, hello. That's a. Well, I'm going to use my Stossel Jarrito, and I'm pouring it into my glass here for tequila that we use, Dave and I use. And wow, that's a pretty secure cork too, man.
Yeah, it is.
I guess when you're shipping worldwide, you better have a good cork, right?
On a good cork.
Okay. You know what? Is it going to be too much for me if I tell you I really like this bottle? I want to nominate it for Brand of Promise, just in packaging.
No, I like it.
I think it's pretty cool, huh? Yeah. It says right here on the bottle, right at the very front, it says Rooster, doesn't it? Or Rooster.
It says Rojo.
It says Rojo and a figure of a rooster.
And then a rooster head up above it.
Yep. And here's a logo on the cap too, so if you can see that. This looks like it's a 750, but it handles like a liter bottle. It's huge.
It's tall and skinny.
Yeah, and because Stoli, of course, is a Ukrainian or Russian company to begin with, it kind of looks a little bit like a vodka bottle, doesn't it?
Kind of does, but they mentioned something on their website about the bottle. Being majestic and let me find it.
It's majestic like vodka.
No, it wasn't. It was more about the tequila volcano.
Oh, okay.
Let me find it here. Tequila volcano. The shape of the bottle is inspired by the tequila volcano, which can be seen in all its splendor from the distillery. And then its cork is crafted in the traditional cork stopper style.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's a nice story. I don't know if I buy it, but I'm buying the legs and tears on this. And if we've discussed the master distiller is Arturo Fuentes, and I met him. He was actually one of the first distilleries that we visited years ago in the Blue Agave group. That was like over 20 years now, I think.
Wow.
And he was a very, very quiet guy, but man's a mad genius. And he doesn't make bad tequila, I'm telling you. And another brand owner that we know said to me that Arturo loves his legs and tears. And I gotta say, he really does.
He got legs and tears.
Yeah, all day long. Look at that, really pretty.
Yep.
And yeah, we've already done. This will be our third brand that he's responsible for in the last 2 years last year and this year. And I like it.
I'm getting many bubbles hanging in there though.
No, but as soon as you pop that cork, you get that agave smell.
Wow.
And it's green, right? It's a green agave.
Or cooked, green or cooked.
Oh, green or cooked, but not baked. Not baked in an oven. It's an autoclave kind of.
It's an autoclave.
Wow, there's even a little bit of alcohol, not a lot, but
Yeah.
We just broke the seal on these bottles, and I've had my bottles for what, almost 3 weeks, something like that.
Somewhere around there, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Wow.
Yeah, they're pretty. They on their website they go about the process, what they're using. It says, it's cooked in a factory. Yeah.
Yeah, as I recall,
they don't use diffuser. They say that.
No. It's a sizable distillery.
It says autoclaves too. They're not sure about that.
I like it, man.
Nice
yeah,
note.
It's bright. It's bright. There's maybe some lime zest going on in there. Wow.
Yeah, I like it.
I do too. I'm ready to dive in, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's agave forward. It's good tequila on the smell. So let's see if it's on the intake. Here we go.
Okay. It follows the nose. I mean, I got a bunch of agave.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I didn't get any big punches of anything like we've had last couple.
Yeah. No, this is just steady.
Yeah.
There's some pepper maybe on the rear of the palate. A long finish.
Long finish, yeah.
I thought this was going to be a little bit more geared toward the European market, which sometimes some of the tequilas that we've gotten before that start in Europe or are specifically for the European market. I'm thinking of one in particular that actually comes out of this distillery, and it's a bit softer. It's much more approachable and but this one's got some.
It's got a nice punch to it. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a solid tequila, man. Wow.
Nice. I like that nose. Just nothing but agave. Blanco should be.
Wow. There's a little bit of underlying sweetness just from the agave, not
right.
But great finish. Wow, this is substantial.
Yeah. I'm a little bit surprised. I was thinking it was going to be a little more muted.
Yeah, I was too. I didn't know what to expect, but I thought so because, Ka had a lot more punch to it.
Yeah.
Remember that?
One of the ones. Yeah.
This is a little bit toned down, but it still finishes strong. It's like it's interesting because if I compare the two, they're really two totally different flavor profiles.
Yeah.
Which that naturally it should be like that. But it's interesting to this distillery makes several other brands for other people, but it can't be a major. It's not a big maquiladora because of course the Stoli company owns the distillery, right. But some of those brands have stayed. They're not going anywhere from that distillery, which is kind of cool.
And for those curious, it's 1472 for the
Yeah, let's go into this now. I'll go briefly into some backstory. Okay, we were discussing with these folks from Europe on Instagram, and I'm hoping that some of this information is still correct or still valid. But their international brand ambassador is a gentleman by the name of Ansis Ancoves, and I'm hoping that's still the same. And these were folks from Amber Beverage that we were talking with from I want to say Amsterdam, and they gave us a little bit of backstory that their brand ambassador, the global brand ambassador, and we have access to his pictures and stuff. They sent him to spend time with the industry legend and master distiller Arturo Fuentes. And Spirits Business wrote about that. And generally what they say is together they have finished diving into local tequila town culture. And now they're headed to explore the second key tequila, which may say its heart, the agave piñas. Okay, so they sent him to learn about tequila. I guess they're getting tequila. They're supposedly for this brand, as of last year, they were getting their feels, and they have feels of their own from the highlands, from Los Altos. So anyway, that was the introduction that we got from a gentleman by the name of Tobias Jegenstam. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Say that
I want to say that's from Stockholm. Holy cow! Well, that makes sense. Anyway, that was our introduction, and then we just didn't get the bottles until just recently.
Yeah, it's been a while. We've been chasing these birds down.
Yeah. That was, and I think we have we gave one gal props for making that happen, because they took one PR gal who really made it happen for both brands together, which is really nice. Yeah, so really appreciate that. But what do you think? Yeah, is this a worthy brand of promise nominee here, or? Yep, it says mine. I did a tasting with Matt yesterday. You'll see it. He pulled out a card, and he wrote it in mirror. He mirrored it. So, but he thought it was going to flip, and instead it's mirrored. It's backwards also on the video. Yeah, but anyway, so that I think it's a worthy brand of promise nominee. There's no weak link in this Blanco.
It's nice, very good. I'm surprised.
Yeah, me too, and I think it's very cocktail forward. I think you could make it a tequila and soda. Mm-hmm. Paloma for sure. I don't do much with cocktails or margaritas, but you're not going to lose this character in a margarita. It's 80 proof. What's our pricing on that? Did you get pricing on it?
If you go through the Amber Beverage, we're looking at $45 a bottle, but I've seen it I Googled it for the prices, and it's kind of like all over the map, anywhere from $26 to $40-$60. So
I guess it depends.
Dollars, I should say.
It depends on your area, I guess, right?
It depends on your area and where you're getting it from. Yeah.
This is a really good sipper and a great mixer too. I don't think it's.
I think it could do both.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's very versatile, but because their pricing is all over the place, I wouldn't call it a value tequila. I mean, you're gonna pay, unless you've got somebody who's just trying to move it. But don't be afraid of spending $20, because if you see it for 20, drink it all day long.
Yeah, $20. I'd be buying.
Yeah, back up the truck, man. Just load it up.
Love it.
But yeah, so anyway, that's our take on Rooster Rojo Blanco. But stay with us, because we're going to go through the whole line. Yep. I was not aware when it first came on board. All you saw was this. And to say that the bottle is inspired by the volcano, I think is going a little bit too far. For me, this resembles a vodka bottle. And
Yeah.
and if you look at Stoli and you look at some of the other vodkas, they come in a clear bottle like this, and the label's usually red to get a hold of you, right?
Yeah. I do like what they done to the distillery.
Can we even see it?
Can you see
Oh,
it?
check it out! Yeah, well, look at that. They painted one of the doors, one of the walls.
Yep. How can
I'm
you
sure.
miss that?
Well, that's got to be fairly new. I don't think we've been chasing these folks for what, maybe a year and a half.
I think
And
about three.
three? Okay. All right. But they finally came through. I'm so glad. Rooster Rojo, if you find it, let us know in the comments. If you're watching us on YouTube, first of all, subscribe. Okay, just hit that,
Subscribe.
hit the notification bell. Follow us on all of our social media. You can follow Dave on Instagram as well. But check these guys out, Rooster Rojo. Oh, and I like that. That label is raised. Ooh, wow, that felt good.
Packaging.
Packaging, yeah, Brand of Promise nominee and packaging is very cool. But anyway, they have other expressions we're going to explore, and that's our take. I'm Mike Morales here in Southern California. That gentleman out there is.
Dave Genius in Newport News, Virginia.
Is it raining, Dave?
It is raining hard.
Oh, good. Okay. And again, follow us on all of our channels and networks, and whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.